Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the second part of 4-6, which is on functions. And today we're going to be talking about solving functions. So a function is basically like we're going to be solving equations. So in a function value, they're basically going to replace y with the thing that says f of x, which is the function of x. And then you plug in the number they give you for x and solve. So basically, instead of putting y equals something, we're now going to have f of x equals something. And what that looks like is like right here, we have this equation, which is 2x plus 5. And we're saying the function of x equals 2x plus 5. Find the value of f of -2, the function of -2. So basically what this means is this is just the equation. Here, they're telling us, all right, find the function. This is saying this is the function of the equation. What happens if we plug in -2? So what that means is every time I see an x, I'm going to replace it with a -2. So 2 times -2 plus 5. And then I'm just going to solve it. So 2 times -2 is -4, plus 5 is going to be 1. And then that's your answer. Okay, same thing on the next one. So here they're saying replace every x with a 1. And then at the very, very end, so this is what x is, this right here means you put it at the end. Okay? So we're going to have 2, and I'm going to replace every x with a 1, like it tells me, plus 5. And then at the very, very end, so I'm going to put this in parentheses, we're going to add 4. So this is 2 plus 5. This is 7, and then plus 4 gives me 11. Now, I know that was a little confusing, so we're going to try another one. Let's say we have the function of x equals 3x minus 2. I'm going to say the function of x is 6. Oh, sorry, they're right, like the function of 6. So that means we're going to change every x to a 6. So 3 times 6 minus 2. 18 minus 2 is 16. Now notice how this one didn't have that plus at the end like the last one did. Where now if we, let's say we did that, let's say I did a plus 3, I'm going to put this at the end like I had before. Okay, this part goes at the end. So then if I rewrite this, what it's going to look like is parenthesis 3 times 6 minus 2, and then we put a plus 3 at the end. So 3 times 6 is 18 minus 2 gives me 16, and then we can add that plus 3, which gives me 19. Okay, so if it's on the outside of the parentheses like right here, it goes at the very, very end. Okay, let's try a couple more examples. Let's go the function of 3. So every time I see an x, I'm going to replace it with a 3. So 5 times 3 plus 9. Now, this one doesn't have anything at the end right here, so I don't need to add anything at the end, so I can just solve this. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 9 is 24. Okay, instead of this being a 44, I will leave this as a 44. Now, on one like this, these are where things get a little different because we're still going to take whatever's in the parentheses and replace it with x. Okay, so that means this whole thing is going to be replaced with x. So what we're going to do is go 44 times -2x plus 3 minus 13. Notice how I kept this whole thing together like that. This whole thing is x because it's everything in the parentheses. This could say 1x plus 9. This could just say 5. This could be a whole separate equation. If it's inside the parentheses, we replace x with it. So this would give me -88x plus 132 minus 13. Okay, I can't do anything with that -88x. 132 minus 13 gives me 119. And then this would be my answer because I cannot solve any more of that. Okay, we'll try a couple more. We'll look at these ones and then we'll be set. So here, every time I see an x, I'm going to replace it with a -4 in my equation. So here's my equation, -4 squared plus 3 negative 4 minus 4. Notice how all I did was replace the x's with a negative 4 here. So this would be 16 minus 12 minus 4, 0. Okay, let's try B. So now I'm going to replace every x with a 5a. So 5a squared plus 3 times 5a minus 4. Now, we haven't talked about this yet and how to solve these. So when you have 5a squared, that's going to be 25a squared. And we will talk about that in a later chapter. Okay? 3 times 5a is 15a minus 4. And I can't combine any of those, so I'm done. Okay? Last one. I'm going to replace every x with a g. Now, that's going to be a little weird. But then at the very end, I'm going to multiply everything by 2. Notice how it's on the outside, kind of like if we had the plus 4. But instead of it being a plus 4, it's a times 2. Okay, so we're going to go g squared plus 3 times g minus 4. I'm going to take that whole thing and multiply it by 2. So 2 times g squared plus 3g minus 4. So I'm just going to distribute this 2 to everything now. 2g squared plus 6g minus 8. Okay, so basically the premise of today is if it's inside the parentheses, that becomes your new x value. If it's outside the parentheses, that's an operation you're going to do at the very, very end, whether it's multiplying or dividing. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Thanks for watching, guys.